a cigarette that bears a lipstick trace,
The 50s
an airline ticket to romantic places,
by Brian Griffin.
and still my
In the 1950s decade, if I recall the time right, life, like the Bush television, was viewed in black and white. Passing outgrown clothes from child to child was the norm in that distant, bygone decade in which I was born. Mother would let out clothes that were too tight, and the clacking Singer sewing machine was a familiar sight. On Sundays early off to church to show that we conform, in the afternoon our dads would start to mow the lawn. Politicians, all dressed the same, in unison would say that austerity was the watchword that would save the day. On scratched vinyl records, Lonnie Donegan sang Sweet 16, whilst in the picture houses we saw a moody James Dean. Our city seemed fogged in a cold, swirling grey, and working class people laboured long for a little pay. During Christmas, we waited patiently for the Queen, who would talk to us through a 12-inch screen. The 50s, a dull time full of thick navy surge and a correctness that the 60s would have to purge. A time of recovery from the devastations of war, when mothers accepted the words of Dr. Zeus as law. A country rebuilt by proud survivors of Hitler's hateful scourge, in an era where homosexuals must hide from nature's urge. A place of bombed-out streets and broken buildings by the score, a vista of rubble scattered helter-skelter across the city's floor. Thus my childhood was spent in a landscape of grey, a bastion of strict morals for the living the right way. A pause in time to help in the world's reconstruction, a needed recovery from their previous decade's destruction. As my teens beckoned, a new decade was on its way. The promise of colourful times, heady and gay. A future time when youth unbound needed no instruction would be full of promise, naivety, and a pinch of corruption.
silk stockings thrown aside, dance invitation.